Mojave Water Agency's newly completed hydroelectric system in Apple Valley has brought the agency close to attaining a net neutral status in its energy consumption. This $4.3 million clean energy system takes advantage of water being delivered from the California aqueduct to a groundwater basin in the Victor Valley area by converting existing pressure into electrical energy.
This is importing water from Northern California through the State Water Project. Right here we get about 220 PSI, is that right, Mike? Approximately 220 PSI. So this way, and right here, this is our actuator valve here, and it was actually too small and we had to replace it with this much larger unit here. The original install wasn't quite sufficient for the amount of pressure we have since there's so much water pressure here. Correct. But then what happens is the water comes over here, it splits into this Y formation, which is two needle valves. So that, think of it like a really high pressure nozzle that's squirting water against the turbine itself. It's called a Pelton wheel. So those two jets of water are causing the Pelton wheel to spin, which is of course attached to that axle, which of course turns the generator. We're taking water at a higher elevation, transferring it into pressure, and then converting it into kinetic energy, which is then transferred into the Pelton wheel, causes the generator to spin.
Housed inside a 32-foot by 40-foot building at the agency's Deep Creek Pressure Reducing Facility, it can produce nearly as much electrical energy when measured in kilowatt hours as a 9 to 15-acre solar panel farm over the course of a year. The central component of the project is an 820 kilowatt hydroelectric turbine generator that can process up to 12,000 acre-feet of water per year. Using existing pressure and available flows, the hydroelectric turbine controls the flow of water inside a recharge pipeline while producing electricity and offsetting other agency operating costs. At full capacity, it can produce 6.5 million kilowatt hours of power in a single year.
The generator is a 0.8 megawatt generator, and this whole setup is capable of up to taking as much as 20 cubic feet per second. Right now we're running it at 5, but at 20, assuming we run it more often than we don't, this setup is capable of offsetting the entire energy power requirements for the agency. So all our well pumps, all our office lights and whatnot will be basically canceled out through this clean energy generated by hydropower from imported water, which we use to recharge the groundwater for the high desert residents.
This project qualifies for California's Renewable Portfolio Standard as an eligible project to help the state reach its goal of 50% renewable energy by 2030. To learn more about this hydroelectric system or to learn more about Mojave Water Agency, visit www.mojavewater.org.